Today we will start our discussion from heading Energy Level Diagram for Molecular Orbitals. So according to a description, when one s atomic orbital of two atoms combine, two molecular orbitals sigma 1s and sigma star 1s are formed. Okay, so let two atoms A and their atomic orbitals, two atomic orbitals. So one atomic orbital of A is combining with atomic orbital of about equivalent energy of another A. Okay, so due to the combination of these two atomic orbital, they will form two new resultant molecular orbital, and one will be as bonding molecular orbital BMO, and the other one will be anti-bonding molecular orbital. Okay, so if one s of an atom and one s of another atom is combining, in that case two molecular orbital will form bonding molecular orbital, which is represented as sigma 1s, and anti-bonding molecular orbital, which will be represented as sigma star 1s. Okay, students. Then when 2s and 2p atomic orbitals of two atoms combine, so 2s and 2p, 2s orbital means one orbital, 2p will have three orbitals. So total 4 orbitals of an atom is going to combine with the 4 atoms of another. Then 8 molecular orbitals will be formed. 4 molecular orbitals are bonding and 4 will be anti-bonding molecular orbital. Okay, students. Then first point, which is related to molecular orbital energy diagram. First point, energy of all the molecular orbitals, whether bonding or anti-bonding, is not equal. So all molecular orbitals will be of different energy. Okay, as you know that two atomic orbitals after combination forming two orbitals, bonding and anti-bonding, which is also dissimilar in energy. Then all the molecular orbitals have different energies, and for F2, O2, etc., their energy increases in the following order. So this is the sequence for the filling of the different molecular orbitals in the units related to oxygen and fluorine. So related to oxygen and fluorine, like F2 and O2, or F2 plus ion, O2 2 minus ion, and so on. So all the units may be a molecular or ionic. Related to fluorine and oxygen, their molecular orbital will be according to this. Molecular orbital configuration will be according to this sequence. Okay, students. So according to this sequence, you can see here that Px, energy of 2px and 2py is equal. Equal sign is there, and same way energy of star pi 2px and star pi 2py is also equal. Okay, students. So when you will fill electrons here, then suppose up to filling this 2pz, you are having 2 more electrons to fill here. So you will distribute those 2 electrons equally, one to this 2p1 and one to this 2py1. Okay, because these two are having same energy. Now if after 2pz you are having 3 electrons total left for filling, So you can give 2 electron to any of these two and remaining one to any of these two. So you can fill like in this way, 2pxz2 and 2py1, or you can fill 2py2 and 2px1 because they are of same energy. Now if after filling 2pz you are having 4 more electrons to be filled, so you will give this to this orbital 2 electrons and this orbital to 2 electrons. Okay, or if after filling electron here you are having 5 electrons, then 2, 2 and 1. So again these two are of similar energy, so you can give 1 electron to this or this. Okay, and so on. Then next point, for lithium, that boron, carbon and nitrogen, such molecular units will follow this energy sequence. Okay, so this molecular orbital configuration will be followed by the units other than oxygen and fluorine. Okay, so what is the difference between the sequence of the orbitals in these two configuration? You can see here this 2pz, sigma 2pz. So for oxygen and fluorine and other units of such type, they are having this sigma 2pz after 2s. Okay, but in the case of other units, this sigma 2pz is here after 2px and 2py. Okay students, so this is the difference. You keep this difference in your mind when you are going to write down the molecular orbital configuration of the units. Okay, this is the difference only. The next point, electrons are filled in these molecular orbitals according to Hund's rule and Abba's principle. The molecular orbitals of lowest energy are filled first. Okay, so you will follow the sequence, related sequence strictly with the number of electrons. Okay, so this 1s orbital can carry 2 electrons, then remaining electrons 2 electrons, then 2 electrons. Okay, and p orbitals are also present here in separate individual form. So each p orbital will also can contain maximum 2 electrons. Okay students, then next heading is electronic configuration and molecular behavior. So after completing electronic configuration, what can you conclude with the help of electronic configuration of a particular molecule, for a particular molecule? So what conclusions you can draw? First point, for the stability of the molecule. So for the stability of molecule, you can, according to first point, if number of bonding electron. So what are these bonding electrons? The electrons which are present in bonding orbitals. Okay students, so in any configuration, the total number of electrons which are present in normal or bonding molecular orbitals. So bonding molecular orbitals can be differentiated with anti-bonding molecular orbital on the behalf of this star sign. Okay, so to find out total number of bonding electrons, you will add total electrons which are present in bonding orbitals, bonding molecular orbitals, and to obtain total number of anti-bonding electrons, you will just add the number of electrons which are present in anti-bonding molecular orbitals. Okay, so if the number of bonding electrons are greater than number of anti-bonding electrons, then that molecule will be stable. The molecule is stable. It is because more electrons are present in bonding molecular orbitals. This results in a net force of attraction. And if the reverse condition is there, then the molecule is unstable. It is because more electrons are present in anti-bonding molecular orbitals. This results in net force of repulsion. The next point, if number of bonding and anti-bonding electrons are equal, then the molecule is unstable. Okay, students, the number of bonding and anti-bonding electrons is equal, but the influence of anti-bonding molecular orbital is greater, and then those of electrons present in bonding molecular orbitals. Okay, this results in the force of repulsion. The next is bond order. Bond order of any homonuclear molecular unit will be number of bonding electron minus number of anti-bonding electron divided by 2. So this is the formula for bond order. Okay, students. So on the basis of bond order, we can draw conclusions regarding to the stability of the molecular unit. Okay, students. Now, according to first point, if bonding electrons are greater than anti-bonding electrons, bond order will be positive and the molecule is stable. Then second point, if bonding electrons are less than anti-bonding electron, then bond order will be negative and the molecule is unstable. Okay. Third point, bonding electrons are equals to anti-bonding electrons, then bond order is 0 and the molecule is unstable. Then we are moving towards the magnetic nature. If all the electrons in the molecular orbitals are paired, the molecule is diamagnetic, and if the molecule has some unpaired electrons, then it will be paramagnetic in nature. Paramagnetic nature means it will be attracted in the magnetic field, and diamagnetic means that unit will be repelled in magnetic field. Okay, students. Then greater the number of unpaired electrons, greater is the paramagnetic character. So we can use this formula to calculate magnetic moment of a particular molecular unit. Here, an number of unpaired electrons present in molecule. Okay, present in molecule, and the magnetic moment unit is Bohr magneton. Then next is bonding in some homonuclear diatomic molecules. Okay, students. So we will discuss some example on the basis of this, and the first example is molecular orbital diagram of hydrogen. So hydrogen, this molecule is made up of 2 atoms of hydrogen. We can simply say in this way, 2 atoms of hydrogen. So the configuration of this atom will be 1s1 and of this will be 1s1. But in hydrogen molecule, total number of electrons will be 2. Okay, students. So molecular orbital configuration of this hydrogen molecule will be sigma 1s2. Okay, and sigma star 1s will be without any electron, because total number of electrons are 2 only. So this sigma 1s can accommodate maximum 2 electrons. So we will fill 2 electrons here only. So the anti-bonding molecular orbital of this 1s will be vacant. Okay, students. Means here total number of bonding electrons are 2, because both the electrons are present in bonding molecular orbital, and anti-bonding electrons are 0. So the bond order will be equals to 2 minus 0, means number of bonding electron minus number of anti-bonding electron divided by 2. That will be 1. Okay, and we all know that hydrogen is having single covalent bond character. Hydrogen molecule is having single covalent bond. So this bond order indicating the covalent bond character or covalent bond nature present in hydrogen molecule. So this one means one covalent bond will be there in hydrogen molecule and it will be a stable molecule. So according to this description, bond order equals to 1 shows that 2 hydrogen atoms are bonded together by a single covalent bond. the bond dissociation energy of H2 molecule is 438 kilojoule per mole and bond length is 74 picometer. So these all properties you cannot calculate here theoretically. Only you will able to calculate bond order, and on the basis of this bond order you can conclude for the stability of the related molecular unit. Okay students, so these numbers you can just learn, but learning is also not important because these values cannot be asked in exam. So there is no unpaired electrons. Okay, two electrons are there, and these two are present in single orbital, same orbital. So these electrons will be in paired condition. So due to the absence of unpaired electrons, this H2 molecule will be diamagnetic in nature. Okay students, then the energy level diagram of hydrogen molecule H2. So this is the energy level diagram, and according to this diagram you can see here, this is the drawing of energy level diagram for hydrogen molecule, energy level diagram for H2 molecule. So these two are atomic orbital, atoms of hydrogen, which are representing this 1s orbital with configuration 1s1 1s1. So atomic units we write here, and these orbitals representing to molecular orbital. So molecular orbital bonding with less energy towards the lower side in diagram, and anti-bonding with high energy upper side of the diagram, and this is the increasement in energy we are showing in the with the help of this arrow. Okay students, so atomic orbital H is having 1s1 higher configuration. This atom is also having 1s1 configuration. These are the electrons which are present in atomic orbital. Now these atomic orbitals, after combination forming two new orbitals, molecular orbitals, bonding and anti-bonding. So these two electrons will be present in lower energy molecular orbital, okay, 2, and this orbital will be vacant. Okay, so this is the energy level diagram of hydrogen molecule. So a little bit variation can be in this diagram in different books, but you can opt any of the way which you feel that easiest one. Okay students, so there is no restriction that you have to draw in this way or that way. Number of ways for these drawing are given in different books. You can follow any of the one way. Okay students, then next heading is some facts about bond order. These facts are very important. The first fact is bond order is always positive. It cannot be negative. Okay, because number of bonding electron will be always greater or equals to number of anti-bonding electrons. It cannot be lower than anti-bonding electrons. Okay students, so that is why bond order will be always positive. Next point, bond order may be in fraction also. So it can be in fraction also. Third point, if bond order comes out to be 0, molecule does not exist. Unstable, it cannot exist. In case of homo diatomic molecule N2O2 F2 etc., bond order is equal to the number of covalent bonds, as I told in this example of hydrogen. So the bond order of nitrogen will be 3, bond order of oxygen will be 2, and bond order of fluorine molecule or chlorine molecule or hydrogen molecule will be 1. Higher the bond order, greater is the stability of the related molecular unit, and shorter is the bond length. So bond order वैल्यू का ज़्यादा होना क्या दिखाएगा, बॉन्ड लेंथ कम होगी और मॉलिक्यूल का स्टेबिलिटी ज़्यादा होगा. So out of these three molecules, the nitrogen molecule will be a most stable form because it is having 3 bonds and bond order is 3. Okay students, now next example is molecular orbital diagram for H2 minus unit. So total this unit, you can say that it is made up of H minus ion 1 and H. Okay, H2, and it is having single minus charge. So I given this minus charge to one hydrogen in it and other is neutral in it. So due to the presence of this minus charge, the total number of electron with this H minus will be 2 and with this H will be 1. Okay, and H2 minus unit will contain total 3 electrons. Okay students, so configuration of this H minus will be 1s2, it will be 1s2, and for this H1 it will be 1s1. Okay students, now configuration, molecular orbital configuration for this H2 minus will be sigma 1s2 and sigma star 1s1 in this way. Okay students, so total number of bonding electrons are 2 and number of anti-bonding electrons are 1. So bonding electron minus anti-bonding divided by 2 means 2 minus 1 2 equals to 1 by 2 or 0.5. So here bond order of H2 minus unit is in fraction 0.5. It means this H2 minus will has half covalent bond character. Okay, and on the basis of this bond order value, as you have seen that H2 molecule is having bond order 1 and here H2 minus is having half bond order. So means H2 molecule will be stable, more stable than the H2 minus molecular ion. Okay students, this shows that there is 3 electrons bond between H atoms. 3 electrons bond. Total number of electrons are there in H2 minus unit is 2 plus 1, 3 electrons. Okay students, this much in this lecture. Thank you.